about 20 years ago that the first publicly available builds were released out into the wild for what would become Counter-Strike, and even though there are quite a few stories circulating around about the development of this much beloved game, Valve themselves, the Counter-Strike team, has released a bit of a celebration update for the 20th anniversary of Counter-Strike as a whole. 2 decades of Counter-Strike. 20 years ago, a humble Half-Life mod changed the gaming world. Consistently evolving and shifting over the years, Counter-Strike has never lost its fundamentals. It's easy to learn, takes a lifetime to master, and is supported by a massive global community. You can celebrate the history of Counter-Strike with a retro version of Dust 2, currently available in the casual Dust 2 map group. There's also a new sticker capsule featuring the unsung heroes of Counter-Strike, chickens. Now, aside from the sticker capsule of chicken stickers made by community members, the retro Dust 2 map is the most interesting thing that's happened to Counter-Strike since Danger Zone. Here's essentially what's going on. If you play Dust 2 in the casual map pool, you're just going to be put in normal Dust 2, and a lot of people are going to be confused. At least during the initial hour of the update, a lot of people were confused, because it was just retail Dust 2. What people don't know is that each round toggles the version of Dust 2 you're playing on. So round 1, you're on retail. In round 2, you are teleported back to version 1.6. What's actually going on here is the game is teleporting players to a different set of geometry within the map. There are effectively 2 maps baked within the BSP for Dust 2 in Counter-Strike Global Offensive right now. And high above the retail version of the map is what appears to be a direct port of the geometry from the Dust 2 version in 1.6, down to a lot of the quirks that were found in that version, such as wallbang spots, the height of the skybox, and the lack of clipping on stairs. To me, this is the kind of content that I eat up more than anything, especially retro-type nostalgic content that Valve is now old enough to be able to produce. What I don't understand is why it only had to go as far as Dust 2, because this only appears to be a direct port from the version of 1.6, with just the lighting of the engine making it seem like it was a remaster. These are the actual textures taken directly from the Gold Source build of Counter-Strike. These are not upscaled. The only difference is that the CSGO version of this is not texture filtering, which by default CS 1.6 does. So the retro version may appear a bit more pixelated than what you're used to, but that's actually a problem with the CS 1.6 engine, and is a different video entirely. What I love about this is hearing the reactions of people when you get teleported into the retro map on round 2. Everybody loves it. Why can't we just play on the retro map? Why do we have to switch back and forth? Why can't there be original versions of Nuke or Italy, or hell, bring back a map from 1.6? I personally adore this kind of content from the Counter-Strike team, and personally I also adore the Counter-Strike team. This is the kind of stuff that we really only see from them, and it also follows their update pattern of releasing small, incremental features instead of large updates. If you're expecting a big operation for the 20th anniversary, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that's really not how that team works anymore. However, I don't understand why we can't just opt into playing just the retro map all the time, and I also don't understand why we couldn't have gotten maybe 1 or 2 other retro maps at the same time. These can't be that difficult to implement. Aside from that, data mining yielded absolutely nothing out of this specific update, and it's just really cool to be able to see a Valve team celebrating a date. Valve has stated many times in the past that they don't look back in a positive way. If they ever look back on a project, it is only to learn from the failures, so actually celebrating a certain milestone from Valve is both rare and incredibly welcome, at least from me. If you want to be able to follow up in real time on all of the stories that I cover on this channel, check out my Twitter page linked down in the description below, and if you want to be able to support these videos, check out my Patreon, also down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Tyler McVicker. This is Valve News Network. Have a good day. Adios.